Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now Rosen to throw on second down. Over the middle, complete. It's James. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, eluding the tackle. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back?
That's what you need for a good counter.
You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well, but they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run. They go play action here on 1st down. Letting one go deep for the end zone. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. The try here for the extra point. Point after, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. First carry for Kenyon Drake. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy. And that's what they're doing early in this game.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
Well, pardon me, what Esty said there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Alec Ogletree in on the stop.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Partner, when it's a goal-to-go situation, if you're on the field on defense, you have to know that you may be called on to make a tackle at any time. Here, the cornerback does exactly that. Plays the run really well and makes a big play.
They get it to him running left. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Duke Johnson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Well, that turned out how they wanted. Run the toss play to the left side, go for that pylon, get in there.
And just being able to understand where the pylon was and sneak it in there, well done, well executed.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7th. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now a first carry from Giovanni Bernard. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Right, didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Looking to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play for the Vikings on 3rd down. And even 50 yards. So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They try the left side with Johnson. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 5-yard pickup that time on what will wind up being the final play of this first quarter. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a second down at 5 here to start things out. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a second and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue landing.
Now a handoff looking right. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Now he'll escape to his left. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Here we go now. 3.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Now Rosen looking to throw. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
All right, here we go.
On first down, it's Rosen finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. On second down, here's Rosen. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. In for the score. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. But they found a gap, and they exploited it.
No problem there on the extra point. And it's now 21-7. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Javon Hargrave. Busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. So they get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this.
Here we go. Boom, landed.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Javon Hargrave continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they, when they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown, and this one they help force another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Crayvon LeBlanc with a pick. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
After the interception, here's Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Here's Rosen to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable, usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going deep for Diggs. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Stephon Tuitt in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Back to throw here. Going up top. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
Taken in at the 11. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The tackle was made by Michael Bennett. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. He'll drop to throw. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. He's at the 40, 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And there is a flag, so a big second down pickup, but will it hold? So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Hurry up, here we go.
On second down, Rosen got his man complete over the middle. It's James. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Here's Rosen. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. To throw is Rosen. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. They'll run it with Johnson. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good gain, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. They were looking for Johnson that time.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On 2nd down, it's Drake. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. He'll look to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there, that brings up 4th.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And the Steelers set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Rosen will throw. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now it's Rosen. He's got his man. It's Williams. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh 1st. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. That's James. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They pitch it out to Johnson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And they'll throw it with Rosen. This will be caught just inside the 10. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Rosen. His pass caught at the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48-yard line.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A good start there on 1st down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
Back to throw. Gets it to Gordon. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Detroit!
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And his Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his 1st NFL sack. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. The field goal we just saw has this now at a 1-score game. And on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot a bit.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball. But here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that. And that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
And now it's Rosen looking. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They give to Johnson going right. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And another timeout called by the Vikings now. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And out now come the Vikings. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for Pittsburgh, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Buffalo Bills next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.